my channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment.
Hello, guys. Wow. So we have another episode of Ready to Love. And today we're going to be talking about the episode 4, where we officially had to say goodbye to, in this episode, we had to say a goodbye to one of the cast members because of I think she said family issues, and she was going through a lot. In today's episode, we saw Layla. I hope I'm getting her name right.
Yeah, Laylin.
Um Laylene, yes. Laylene literally came in the beginning of the episode. She met up with Tommy and was like, um, I don't think I have a serious family issues that is kind of pulling my head towards another. I'm not concentrated. And someone was like, you know what? I'll give you the week off. Use this week to see if you could sort out your family issues or be there for your family. Because, of course, at the end of the day, family is important.
Right.
Then, but at the end of the episode, when the ladies were at the lounge, she then told Tommy that she doesn't think that she can actually continue with this show. And I do understand, because this is it's called Ready to Love.
Right.
And you're there for one purpose, to find love. You cannot be there when your head is and your heart and your mind is somewhere else. You will not be focused on finding that love. So I give her the applause to understanding and knowing that her head space and her mind space is not really right there to be finding love right now. So I really give her an applause, and I wish her well
Most
in
definitely.
everything that she wants to do. And I hope that during the time they were shooting this show, maybe the family issues was finally resolved, or I hope it's nothing that bad, and we'll get to see her at the reunion, hopefully.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, guys, before we go ahead and talk about this episode, don't forget to like, don't forget to click on the subscription button down below to subscribe to our channel, like and comment on this video if you like this video. The more YouTube recommends it, comment your total opinion about what we're gonna say in this episode, or what you felt when you're watching the episode, on the comment section, and we can just discuss about it. So now let's go ahead and discuss the episode. What are you gonna give the episode in general? Like, if you have to rate the episode from a 0 to a 10, what are you gonna rate
Uh,
the whole episode?
I would say maybe a 5.
Really? What happened? Why five? Why you five?
Why 5? It was just like so much going on,
Yeah.
which is fine because I can keep up, but it's just I don't know. I guess I hate to see people act a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was just too much fire. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. So you know, I just felt it was a 5. Simply
All right.
because of I'll tell you once we get into it.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Um.
What would you rate it?
For me,
Hmm.
it was interesting. So maybe I would rate my own 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I had fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Have fun. Any show that, for me, any show that I can, endure watching from the beginning to the end without feeling like I need to off my TV, I need to come back to rewatch it, or I need to take a pause, then come back. For me, it passes in 5.
Okay.
That's so I wasn't still going, fussing in, going out, coming back to watch it. So I could watch it once, and enjoy it. So it's a seven for me.
Okay.
Okay. So we got the ladies were at the lounge this week because of course it's the ladies' choice this week. And we gotta meet a new guy after Glenn did a runner. You know,
Hmm.
I did think that they were gonna give Glenn another chance to like come back and um
Redeem
and
itself.
show us, what we are missing. So I did think they were gonna come back and give him another chance. But unfortunately, I was surprised when it looks like he's not gonna be getting another chance because we got a new guy, Justin. And he
Mhm.
came to the ladies' lounge and officially met all the ladies. And I would say he's fine. Like physically, he's someone you would see and be like, yeah, because you could see it in the ladies, eyes. Like they did love what they were seeing, from him. Like he was attractive. Seeing him, you'd be like, mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was that was the same way I felt, and I was just praying that please let it not be those kind of situations where he's so fine facially, then when he opens his mouth, you'll be like, no, close it back, close that
Yeah.
mouth of yours back, this kind of situation. That was what I was scared of. So, but I
Hmm.
did like his addition to the show, and I wanted to see how that would be at, and he got to go on a date on today's episode with the salon lady Roshni. I haven't really gotten used to their names that much. I think her name is Roshni or Rochelle. Oh wow. I mean, well,
Ro- Rashida.
Rashida. I think
Rashida.
I really need to, before the next episode, I think I need to write all the names on a piece of paper and, study them so well. But anyway, let's go ahead. He had a date with her. I love the date. First it was awkward. At first, the side, to notice the shyness, and then the dog was not helping because it was a dog date. The dog was not helping, but I
Right.
love the way that he handled it at the end of the day, and she was patient. I
Yeah.
think she was patient,
Yeah. I mean,
very.
not only being patient, she was looking at him like he was like an appetizer, a snack.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
but the ladies
I
liked him
kept
too.
I kept thinking to myself, if it was Koshia in this situation, we should have had that same patience for this guy when his dog was misbehaving and he couldn't have his dog under control. Koshia would have been, oh, if his dog, I'm just saying, this is my opinion. Nobody should come for
Right.
me. Like Koshia would have been like, oh, this one that his dog is like this. That means he doesn't know how to train his dog. She would have found one way to make it feel like it's his fault that his dog
Hmm.
was misbehaving. So I loved her patience when the thing was happening. I was scared at first, like when the dog started me, I was like, wow, hope she won't get pissed off, hope she won't get annoyed, hope she's not gonna feel like the date was not worth it, all those kind of things. But she was calm, patient. You would know she's really a dog person. The patience she had, she understood that that's how dogs behave sometimes.
Right.
And she sat down, and at the end of the day, they had a very beautiful, you know, beautiful. And I think what I was scared of, that when he opened his mouth and speaks, and I would not love it, ended up not happening. He was,
He was
I
pleasant.
love his answers. Yeah.
He was pleasant. Yeah, I thought the date went well as well. I'm glad that they had a lot of things in common, especially
Mm-hmm.
being a dog lover. I mean, because you could date somebody and they have a cat and you could be
Yeah.
allergic or you don't like cats, and it could be like the perfect person for you, but they're not ready to give up their animal. So I'm glad that they had something in common.
Yeah. The first thing I noticed is that they had a lot of things in common. So I was happy for that. And I want to see how that would help because we know she has eyes for him. And I think immediately he said, even if I don't end up having children, I think I've made peace with it. Woo! That was a big sell
Yeah.
for her. Like, you know what? I wasn't even planning on having kids again. So if a man comes into my life, it's okay to accept my own children as his without enforcing for us to have other kids.
Right.
Good. So that was like, yes, I think I made a good bargain. I think I made a good choice. So it was
Mhm.
great to see. And I feel like she made him comfortable enough for him to loosen up and forget his shyness. To know that, you
Right.
know what? We're all here to have fun. Just loosen up. And
Yeah.
it's not a lot of ladies that can do that, especially in this particular season.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he even spilled a little of his drink on himself, and he was kind of calm about that because his dog was like sniffing other dogs, and he's getting caught up in the leash, So he seems like he has like a good sense of humor.
Uh, I can't wait to see more of their dates. I can't wait to see how it will go for them if there will be an item. Now moving forward, then we had Alexa had should I call it a triple date? Which she invited because the theme of this week is your comfort zone, like places you feel comfortable, you want to be intimate with people to let them know this is who and who you are.
Right.
So Alexis invited Will, William, and Lamar, and also Roshni to her basketball team to show them what she does as a referee. And I love that. I say Alexis is cute.
Yeah, she is.
Oh my god! When I saw her in this uniform, this referee uniform, she'd be like, mm. She is cute.
Yeah.
I just love. You say?
No, I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, I love it for her. But anyways, moving forward. So she had a date. I love that they played a little bit of basketball. I was able to see, at least it was able to open William up. Like, I'm always surprised when I see William in his elements, different from the calm, collected guy that he gives off. So I was happy to see that. And he's a great basketballer, William.
Yeah, he
But
was.
yeah. After the game, Alexa decided to have a conversation with Lamar and Will. And we know that she's always liked Will from the first day they met at the mixer. Now, this conversation, Lamar. Mm. That guy cannot keep quiet. I wish he would have a sense of understanding. Like, I think one of the ladies said it that he only cares about himself, not caring about how you feel. Because I believe a conversation, when you're having a conversation, it's about making the both of you comfortable. If I should start up a conversation with you and I feel the conversation is not making you comfortable, I should be able to sense that that conversation is not making you comfortable and end it. But that Lamar does not have that sense. And I think that is why he's single. And that is why he will continuously be single. He kept on talking about I think the question she asked was like, what's your number one thing in relationship? And we was like, relationship with God. And even if I want to give myself to a lady, she will still have to understand that my relationship with God is number one. That was a good answer. But
Yeah.
Physical touch. Jesus Christ. Physical attraction, that's the one for me. And you would think that he would just stop there. You would think he would stop there. But this guy will be going in depth and he has no sense of, so I need to shut up.
So you trying to say he put his foot in his mouth, huh?
The way he keeps on talking, I'll be like, he doesn't, I don't, it doesn't he sense the uncomfortability of the people he's chatting with? Like,
Yeah,
doesn't he sense that change in demeanor when he's talking to them about some certain topics? Like, I don't think he senses it. Like, he still feels like I am right in my right. I'm saying these things, saying it like this is, and it's feeling he in his own mind, in his own world, he feels like um this is me. I'm trying to be honest with you. I'm trying to show you who I am. But does it, showing me who you are shouldn't make me uncomfortable.
very true. Very true. But that's almost on the verge of sexual harassment. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't care what woman he talked to, every woman he came in contact with, he was talking the sex talk. Like, and nobody wants to hear that, especially when you're trying to find a mate. You're not intimate yet. You haven't gotten to that point yet. You're still getting to know each other. Just basic topics, really, you know. And if you want to dig a little deeper, then yeah, go a little deeper, but not all the way like that. That poor Lamar, I swear. I don't know what's wrong with that dude, He just kind of reminds me of stranger danger, creepy, creepy, you know. Like, goodness, get in the house before it gets dark. He might be outside lurking, you
I'm
know.
telling you.
Jeez.
I I I I don't, I think, I
You
know
know,
there are some things about me, if I should tell you, you might feel certain kind of way. There's some things you make the person first feel comfortable around you.
yeah.
You have to draw the person close by, let the other person understand you, so that when you deliver the news, the person knows where you're coming from.
I think they all knew where he was coming from.
Now when you're delivering the news, I'm just like,
you know, you
I
know what he needed? He needed a sexually aggressive woman, but she
oh,
wasn't on the show. It wasn't no sexually aggressive woman on the show, but that's what he's looking for. You know what I'm saying?
wait, see, the thing is that, let's be truthful. Amongst these ladies, truthfully, there might be one that is sexually aggressive, that loves it like that. But that is not the thing, is that his timing is wrong.
Yeah.
It's just the timing for me that is wrong. Because everybody to their own perks and likes and whatever they like in the relationship, or when it comes to sexual talks. Everybody has their thing.
Right.
Everybody has their fetish.
Right.
Right? But I feel like before you come and tell me my fetish, before I come and tell you your fetish or whatever, I need to have a certain kind of comfort around you. I need to have a certain kind of, okay, I have this trust around you.
Hmm.
You just don't, sorry, you just don't come on the first day I'm meeting you and you're saying those things.
There's some women that do, but I'm saying she wasn't on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's true.
So that type of woman
It's true.
wasn't on the show. Those are ladies. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to find husbands, not a hookup, not a threesome. you know, he's on the wrong show.
Yeah. Really on the wrong show.
Yes.
Really on the wrong show. Sure,
He was
Empress.
taking the words ready to love literally.
Oh, ah, He also did the same thing when he was having a conversation, and I think this is where he mentioned with Rashida. I think this was the same conversation where he mentioned about the three something that he would be interested in. That when she mistakenly said she has always had a three-way relationship, and I think she was trying to say because of her children, she has
Right.
two kids. So
Mm-hmm.
when you're coming to the relationship, of course you have to love the three of them. So that's
Mm-hmm.
where she was coming. But when he had three, he had three. We were like, yeah, I'm going. I'm like, Jesus Christ,
Oh goodness.
no filter, no filter. He doesn't think before he talks.
Nah, he doesn't.
Who
He really
doesn't think
doesn't.
before they talk?
He seemed like he's the type of person who would turn any conversation into a sexual conversation. You
The way he does that needs to be studied.
know.
It needs to be studied. The way he turns every lead to conversation.
Yeah, he was
The way he
definitely
does
looking for something. No, I said
that,
I said he was definitely looking for something on that show.
that's not love.
No,
It
definitely,
wasn't love.
definitely not.
My God.
Yeah, well, on that show, you got to kiss a lot of frogs to get a prince.
It's-
You know.
Oh, all right. And I think Roshni is not gonna be chasing any of these two guys because I think Will kind of made her uncomfortable too. I can't remember how he did make her uncomfortable.
Hmm.
But anyway, it did. So we can close the chapter with her and any of these two guys.
Right.
Closed, sealed. They are not gonna be any of her important guys in her life, you know. But
Hmm.
anyways, moving forward, we also had another double, triple date. We had Charles invited Alonso, Vanessa, Patrice, who again? Patrice, Vanessa, Alonso, and Koshia to his home to have a date. And which Patrice went along and invited Justin, the new guy. Oh, everyone was shocked.
Yeah, I
And
was.
the way Charles was behaving, I was like, it was not really necessary. But I understood that was his home, and that was like a stranger that he hasn't met before. So I also did understand the way he reacted.
Right. I mean, I understand as well. You know, Patrice, she's a mess. I mean, if you wanted a date with this gentleman, she should have had her own separate date, instead of inviting him without the homeowners, knowledge that somebody else is going to be coming. So I
Hmm.
thought that was just kind of rude, you know,
Yeah.
but I'm glad it kind of worked out.
Mm-hmm.
No, they
Then
seem
we
to have
also
a
had.
good time.
You were saying?
No, I said it seemed that they all had a good time.
Yeah, they did. They did. I love that because I love the way that Alonso decided to just because I would not want something to be awkward
Hmm.
within us. He quickly pulled Hoshea for a chat and was like, you know what, if I made you uncomfortable, if I said something that made you feel like that was wrong, all those kind of things, I'm sorry. I love that for Alonso. I like Alonso because I feel like he's a very reasonable guy. But the
Mhm.
how response was like, what, like the way she responded, I didn't like it. She was like, "Oh yeah, I know you were trying to prove yourself right, so let you know what, I forgive you." Like she didn't even take accountability for her own part, that she was also coming off so strongly without even also understanding him. But at the end of the day,
Right.
I'm happy he did apologize. At the end of the day, I know that there's nothing that will be going on between the both of them. There will be no calling each other aside. There will be no chats. There will be no phone calls. There will be no messaging. So at least we are cordial. That
Right.
is what I was getting. I just
Right.
want to be cordial with you. I don't want any mess. I don't want any issues. That's what I got from it.
Right. I don't think Koshia really likes anybody. She just seems like she's upset all the time, you know? She seems
Mm.
angry, defensive, you know? Like somebody must have like deeply hurt her or something, you know? Because I mean, she's not nice to the guys, she's not nice to the women, she's just rude at times, and even rude to the host of the show, so
For me, I was happy
mhm,
when Alonso pulled her over. I pulled her from a chat. I was so happy. When she said what she said, I didn't care as far as he apologized, because tomorrow she'll be like, "Oh, you did this to me and you didn't see the reason to apologize." Those kind of thing, those kind of situations. So
right.
I was trying to avoid that, and he avoided that also. So I applaud him. That's what makes me like Alonso. He's kind of one of the sensible guys on the show,
Yeah, I
the
agree.
matured ones that know
uh,
that sometimes you need to take an L to go where you're going to.
right, I agree. He seems like a really nice guy, really genuine. you know
Mm-hmm.
um it didn't seem like he was just pulling an apology out of his head for screen time. It seemed like he generally meant his apology, and no, I can appreciate that he apologized, even though I didn't feel that he was really in the wrong. It's just she wasn't trying to hear none of his conversation that day, so I can
Yeah.
appreciate as well that he, took the initiative to apologize to her.
Mm. So I'm happy that he did that. At least it made the atmosphere better in the house. That's for
Hmm.
sure. Nobody was got being anyway. The group date went good. Then Charles and Vanessa decided to have a personal, after they all left, have a personal chat. And when I say, I never knew these two did have this much chemistry.
Mm.
It felt as if we were intruding. It felt as if I was like disturbing them. I was like a pest. It felt like I wasn't supposed to be there, but I was there.
Hmm.
That was how it felt, because it felt like they wanted to do more. Like you could see it in their eyes. You could see it in, you know, it was like, yeah, cut the cameras, shit, cut it out. Let's be on our own.
Hmm.
That was
Well,
how I felt. I never knew this kind of connection was there between them. I never knew. I was surprised.
yeah, it was a pleasant surprise. I was happy to see that it looked like they, are really kind of getting into each other, kind of taking it serious, like they're really trying to look for love, and that little moment that they had with each other, I could tell it's going to bring them closer together, you know, because she was just smiling and he even smiled, and his eyes looked kind when he smiled back at her. And I just liked
Mm.
that date, that little part of the date where it was intimate but not intimate, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed seeing that part.
Yeah. I love it that they were able to a little bit try to go because it was like so bad. The chemistry.
Hmm.
Oof. It was oozing out. So I was like, oh please don't do anything stupid in the cameras, Maybe wait for the cameras to leave. So I was happy that they were able to control themselves, and still gave us a nice scene. So I do love that. Um,
Hmm.
I I I like that about them, and I want to see how you know how it's gonna go between them. I want to see how it's gonna go, how their relationship is it gonna blossom, or sometimes you get to see fine relationship at the end, beginning, then at the end of the day you'll be like, what the heck happened? So I hope that's not gonna be that kind of situation over
Right.
here. That they are gonna start like this and also end like this. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's my prayer. Now, Mia decided she was doing a photo shoot for her business, for her fitness business. I was surprised that she's into fitness. But anyway, it's good for her. She looks good. She was
She
having a photo shoot for her business. Then she invited, oh, Lamar. Man, even him entering, I already knew this was a disaster date looking forward to. The way he was already sexualizing her. I was like, really? I was like, whoa, oh wow, how does her butt? Oh, ew. I was like, Jesus Christ. Just have a little self-control.
No, I don't think that's
Have
his
a little,
MO.
just have one single self-control. It isn't that hard. It isn't hard.
Yeah, Lamar's a mess.
Have,
You know,
man,
he's a mess. He can never say the right thing, have the right conversation, because he takes it from 0 to 10, from 0 to 10. you know, it's just like you mentioned the sky is blue, and he goes, oh, yeah, I've been dreaming of that blue sky, and like creepy. Like everything has to be sexual with this guy. I don't get it, but I love the way Maya kind of handled him. You know, I loved how she kind of toned him down, you know, and basically let him know that, yeah, this will end up as friends, you know,
yeah.
because she didn't see no type of love connection in him.
Who would see a love connection to somebody trying to sexualize you?
Not too many women, that's for sure.
Man, read the room. You know the kind of place you are. You know the kind of ladies. There's a place you go to and you can literally do this, say this, and you'll be, taken as a high, the highest, respected, loved. You get it. But there's an environment, there's a place for all this, and you are in the setting. Like, didn't he watch the show before? That's always my question whenever he misbehaves.
Yeah, he probably watched it, but he was just probably like, "Ooh, look at her there," and "Oh, look at her there." You know what I'm saying? He didn't care about the concept of the show. He just wanted to get on the show so he can be around beautiful women and he could shoot a shot. You know, grab some numbers and hopefully have you know a threesome. You know, yeah, he's ridiculous. I don't know. I like I said, I would love to see his interview to get on this show. And what did he say and how they went about picking this guy, because he just doesn't match up to anybody that seems like he's ready to love. He's ready to hump. but he's not ready to love.
She's ready to hump.
Yes. Yes, he is. He's not ready to love. So I just wonder what the criteria is. What is the prerequisites to getting these people on the show? What questions do they have to answer? You know? And who is the
Mm-hmm.
person picking these guys?
Yeah. Whichever was the person picking them really did a bad job in some of the guys.
Yeah, maybe they put them on there for, a reaction on the show. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to make it like a scandalous type of reality love TV show. I I don't know. But I just want them to get to the love part.
I feel like it's just they put the bad ones so as to create drama on the show.
Hmm. Exactly. Exactly. But I mean, in the meantime, you're kind of like tarnishing these innocent women who, are putting their hearts in Tommy's hands, for him to help them find love.
Yeah. Well, I just hope that well let's just move forward. And now he has this date. She's already like closed the chapter with him. Like, you know what? This chapter is closed. Never going back, never looking back. That's a
Mhm.
great advice to herself. Because
Yes.
I too would not look back. I would not go back. I wouldn't do anything. She also had a double triple date with Jonathan, Laron, and Koshia. Now, she decided to have a private chat with Laron. When I tell you that this date also was a surprising one because I think they have a lot in common, if not everything in common. Their
Mhm.
way of thinking, the way they think about finances as a married couple, what's your goals. I feel like they will be a good match.
Yeah, I like them as a couple. I like
I
them
was
a lot
literally
as a couple.
surprised. What can
Mhm.
happen when you just simply have a conversation with someone?
Right, right. Because they never really had a chance to sit down and talk, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad that they had that opportunity because it seems like he really enjoyed her conversation, and you know she kind of opened up more to him, as him being a possibility for love, and possibly marriage.
Yeah,
So I like seeing them two together.
I did like that. Like I was literally, like I say, surprised, surprised. But I want to see how it's gonna go forward because he's like, yeah, I love that I have this story because we only know him with Koshia that they really have this um deep sense of attraction to both to themselves. So I want to see how it's gonna go with him and Maya because I feel like he has more he has more in common with Maya than Koshia.
Right. I don't think
So I will.
Koshia is gonna really like that. I don't think
I want
she's
to
gonna like
see.
that at all.
I want to see how bad is gonna play out for them. And then Mika. No, I said Koshia. I'm sorry, Mika, not Koshia. Sorry, not the date was Jonathan, Mika, and Maya.
Right.
So Mika decided to pull Jonathan for a trial because when they were having their group chat, he decided to blot out that he was married, which he never told them. Everybody was thinking that it was a baby mama drama. Like he had a girlfriend, she got pregnant, now they are baby mama and baby dada stuff. not knowing that they were full-fledged married and divorced now.
Yeah, but Mika
So
is the
decided to
one.
have a conversation.
Mika is the one who said, "Oh, your baby mama." So he just went with it. He didn't correct her. She's the one who
Why
said it
didn't he
first.
correct it?
Huh?
Why didn't he correct it?
Why didn't he? He just went with it. Because maybe because how she was reacting. Oh, so do you ever like kick it with your baby mama? Do you ever like y'all ever get back together like for a one night stand? Maybe because those questions he wasn't prepared to answer, and maybe he felt like she was being a little bit too nosy, because he hadn't got all deep with questioning her and her private life. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he just said, "Hey, I'm just gonna let her run with it." Whatever she thinks she knows out of this conversation, I'm gonna let her run with it. I'm not gonna correct her. I'm not gonna give her more information than she needs to have.
Mm, okay. But in this kind, I understand that okay, she wasn't that said, "Oh, your baby mama," and did not try to correct her. But understand, this is a dating show where everybody needs to know at least this is like an important information that needs to be thrown out on the first day. Because every one of them that were married, have kids and everything, they throw it out in the before they even say hi to you, like before you guys go further in the conversation, if some of them are already telling, "Oh, I was married before, I have 2 kids, I have 3 kids, I was
Right.
married, divorced," or this kind of things. I think that's one of the things that was supposed to be said at first. So
Right.
because so many people there do not want to be with someone that was married before previously.
Mm-hmm.
So many people do not want to be there with people that have kids. So it's like a situation of, okay, I want to know these things first so that I will know, is there hope for me? Let me not be chasing something that is not for me. Then after the chasing, I then find out it's not the kind of situation I want for myself.
Right. Everybody's trying to find a good match. So I
Yes.
understand that everything should be laid on the table. If you're trying to be honest, if you're an honest person and you're trying to be honest and trying to start a relationship, yeah, everything should be laid on the table. You know, every woman wants to be able to say, yes, I agree with that, or no, I don't agree with it, or nah, I'll pass. Every woman deserves that right. So yeah, I believe everything should be laid out on the table. But the fact that
So,
he, kept certain things to himself, maybe there is still a connection. You know what I'm saying? That he has with his ex-wife. Maybe there is still a connection.
yeah, I'm suspecting that there is still connection between him and his ex-wife, and he's trying to hide it because I
Hmm.
don't see any reason why you shouldn't be open. Yes, I might say, okay, oh, your baby mama, you could have easily corrected. Oh no, she wasn't a baby mama. I was married to her. And
Right.
oh, okay, right. Oh wow, okay,
Right. And then the fact that
corrected.
the fact that he looks irritated every time he's asked about this question. If it wasn't a
I feel
thing,
like he's hiding
yeah,
something.
if it wasn't a thing, then why are you upset that this person keeps asking you? Answer the question, get it over with, you know? Then you can move on to something else. But it seems like he's, you know, hiding the truth behind his back. And every time she goes, well, what's in that hand? He'll show her empty hand, knowing the truth is in his other hand behind his back. And she goes, okay, show me your other hand. He'll switch hands with the truth and put it back behind his back and show him an empty hand. You know what I'm saying? So it,
Uh-huh.
he's never going to tell the truth about it because there is still some type of connection.
Oh,
And he's not trying to ruin that connection if he doesn't find somebody on the show.
yeah,
That's what I'm thinking. Now I could be wrong, but I've been here on this earth for a while, so I kind of
yeah.
can read people, you know?
He could be here to actually advertise himself, advertise his business, get himself out there, get himself known.
Yeah, I had such high hopes for him when he first came on because he's the one who said he's a Nigerian, but he wasn't born there. He was born in the States, right? Yeah, I had high
Mm-hmm.
hopes for him. But right now, goodness, it's like getting kicked in the stomach. He's starting to prove himself everything that you said he was.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Let's see how that is. But I feel like his dishonesty as literally, Mika is looking at him like you said, he's giving red flags.
Yeah, for sure.
So she's like looking at him side eyes. Like, okay,
Mhm.
you were not honest with me at the first time, and you are judging me because I did not, because I was the one that insinuated that it was a baby mama drama, and you
Mhm.
did you just ran with it. So you're literally blaming me for your lies.
Right.
So that is something to question. Because why would you blame me for your own lies?
True.
Just because I said I don't know your situation, I don't know
Mhm.
what you're doing. I met you for the first time, and in my mind, I just said, "Oh, okay. Oh, you have two kids. Oh, how's your baby mama?" Of course, if you're on the show, my
Mhm.
head would think you are not with this lady. Probably it was just a girlfriend thing. You're
Right.
not with a ring. Of course, I would think it's a baby mama thing. It's now your choice to correct me. Oh no, I was initially married. You didn't, and now you are accusing her of saying you said it first. So I ran with a lie. Wow,
Mhm. Yeah.
that is not an excuse. That's not an excuse, and I think that is what Alexis was trying to say at the last. I think that was what Alexis was trying to say at the last time, and he took it on an offense with it that she was aggressive, that kind of stuff. So, I guess maybe from now on, the girls will later be saying that because, so, it's when you keep on talking with somebody, you start seeing more of the red flag of the person.
Right. Especially when a person keeps denying in front of your face and then they're getting upset. It's like, why are you
Yes,
upset? If I'm just asking a question, I'm supposed to be asking questions. How else would I
yes,
get to know you? You know,
yeah.
I didn't know it was a certain set of questions I wasn't supposed to ask. You know, so yeah, he just looks sus, like he's up to something.
Exactly. He looks soft a lot. Well, we'll see how that will play out for him as the episodes goes forward. Now the ladies melt at the lounge and discuss everything that happened during the week. Then we had this big altercation between Koshia and Alexis. Now I'm confused. Koshia accused Alexis of telling Will about some of the things the ladies have been saying about him. And my question is, this is the first time they're meeting at the ladies' lounge,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But she now clarified that some of the things that ladies have been saying from the mixer, and I'm like, has Alexis been in every single conversations, or just your own conversations, and you're covering it with the ladies? It's a different thing if she went to tell him everything that was said in the lounge, and but this is the first time you guys are saying anything in the lounge.
Right.
So this was probably it's a conversation she was sitting down and you were having with her, and she didn't like what you said about Will. Like, okay, now I do understand that she felt like it was a safe place to have a conversation, and she wanted to have that conversation. But I know
Mhm.
Koshia. I know the way she talks about the guy that she doesn't like. She would add literally everything to make the guy look like the very bad person.
Mm-hmm.
So probably as a friend of Will, she felt like, wow, I don't see Will in this light, which Tommy did tell everybody. Just because you have this experience with this person doesn't mean the next person is having the same experience
Right.
with that person. Now she went ahead and was like, my guy, you're my friend. But it seems like you have been saying, doing things amongst this lady that it doesn't make sense. So now, yes, I feel like it was wrong for Alexis to go tell Will, but I also understood where she was coming from because that is her friend, and I wouldn't want, so we've seen it in several times of the show where a woman, a lady, paints a picture about a guy and it sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Then probably it gets cleared up in the reunion. Everybody's like, oh, we thought that it was this. Oh, we thought it was this. At the end of the day, it was just them painting a picture about the guy. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not like I don't want your name to be defamed in a way that you are not. So I did understand where Alexa was coming from. I also did understand where Kosha was coming from, that she felt like she was in a safe place having that conversation. At the end of the day, the conversation was being told to the person she was talking about. But on this show, the only place that is a safe zone for people not to talk about what you said is the lounge. Anything being
Mm-hmm.
said in conversations, in gatherings, in mixers, is free to be told to the people that you are talking about. So that conversation is not previewed to be a secret.
Right.
It's only if she's told on what you guys said on the lounge that will now be okay. Yes, she effed up.
Right.
So her shouting and crying and being like, "Oh, you did it." No, I didn't see it like that. Yes, I understand why she's pained because nobody likes. I myself don't like it when I have a conversation with you and I feel like this conversation I was having with you in private and I hear the person I'm literally talking about or probably I'm gossiping about. This conversation I was gossiping about this person being told to the person that, oh, she was gossiping about this person too. It's a shame. Let's just admit it. Nobody wants to be shamed. So I
Right.
understand where she was coming from, but the way she took it, I was like, it's not up to that. The lounge is the only place that is privy to secrecy.
Right. I think Koshia has an anger problem, like I said before. She's high strung, she's very emotional, she goes off over the littlest things, you know. Um I didn't understand how she was coming for Alexa. Like when she was ready to slap her down, beat her down, and everything. Then all of a sudden, you're gonna stop arguing, you know, and threaten her, and then you're gonna run off stage, and then have two of the girls run after you to kind of calm you down, and then you come back and you're okay. You know what I'm saying? She has too much drama, just way too much drama. She doesn't like anybody, and it seems like it's always one girl on uh Ready to Love that's always like this. Have you noticed?
Yeah, I've always.
Yeah, it's always one girl who don't like the guys, who can't get along with the women, you know and that's ready to fight, and for what? I don't get it. Because nobody's agreeing and seeing things the way you see them. you know. So
Yeah.
it's just crazy. She has way too much drama, but I love the way Alexis handled it. Like, oh, we can do that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And she was
The way
calm.
she wanted to go like, yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass. She was classy about it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that if
Yeah,
that's what
she
you
was
you
real
want.
calm. Yeah, she was real calm about it. You know. So I like the way she handled it. You know, and like you said, you know, all of the stuff that was during um the little what do they call it? Oh God. The little mixers.
Yeah.
That conversation, that that's up for grabs. You know what I'm saying? The rule is
She
what
she
happens in the lounge stays in the lounge.
yeah, she has forgotten. She's accusing Alexis. I can remember when the ladies were saying bad things about LeRon, I think on their own mixer, when
Right.
they had that group chat, when they were asking themselves who are they feeling, who are they not feeling, and they
Hmm.
talked about LeRon in the bad way. She literally went to tell LeRon that the ladies were talking about you, that you are this, you're that.
Oh
Wasn't
wow.
she? Wasn't she the same?
So it's double standards. She
She
can
was the same
tell.
person that now came and told LeRon, but I fought for you. I don't understand. You told LeRon the same thing. You went to tell on the ladies to LeRon.
Mm,
So now because it was done to you, you feel like it was an invasion of privacy. Wow. And I think that statement that Tommy made, that everybody's experience cannot be the same. You might be experiencing one thing with this guy, then the
right.
other lady is experiencing another thing with the guy. Literally, maybe piss that off more.
Right.
Because that's the truth. Yes, you are having. She did not notice the difference. She was not the only one that complained about Will. She
Hmm.
complained about Will, and Patrice complained about Will. Why did
Hmm.
Patrice take it personal? Why did Alexa take it personal with Patrice?
Hmm.
Why was it only you?
I don't know. Patrice seems like a bully. She does. She seems like a bully. She think I feel that her mouth, and the yelling and the screaming, she feels that it intimidates some women, and she probably felt that poor little Alexis, she can just intimidate the heck up out of her. And the Patrice, okay, that you know would have gave her a run for her money. You know,
Mm,
so yeah, pick on the small person.
yeah, and the way she called her body stature,
And yeah,
that
that
didn't sit well with me.
that wasn't cool.
That wasn't cool at all. You
Mm-mm.
don't, yeah, because I'm petite, yeah, because I'm big, yeah. Don't call out people because of how they abuse.
Yeah,
Don't.
yeah, it doesn't make her no more a woman than Alexis. It doesn't make
Mm-hmm.
Alexis a less than a woman. You know.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that body shaming kind of stuff. That it's like, look, you guys are there for a purpose, ready to love, not ready to argue, not ready to box, not ready to drag someone, you know. And it just seems like Patrice, I mean, Koshia is not
Yeah.
there for that purpose. I'm still trying to figure out what is the purpose and who does she like. you
And
know,
I feel like because she's very advanced at age, she feels like most of the guys there are young. And I think that's another issue with her. She's advanced at age, and most of the guys there are young, and she picks at every single thing, the way they eat, the way they talk, the way they smile. That's not what it's supposed to be about.
yeah, she's acting like a mother instead
Mhm.
of a potential lover.
The way you no guy, no matter if he's younger or older, no guy wants to feel like you're my mom. You're my mom.
Yeah, or make them feel like they're less than, because they're not for you. They could be for someone else,
Exactly.
you know? So, yeah,
I was glad when she told her, you just don't like the guys. You just have problems with almost all the guys. And for
yeah,
Alexis to say that, so many things was like, no, so many things don't get on the show.
right.
So many things must have happened
Mm.
for Alexis to show that, to say that.
Yeah, probably
Well,
something we didn't get to see.
mm, anyways, so they Tommy asked them to decide who were the guys they were going to send home, and the two choices were Will and Lamar. That I was not surprised at all that there were people that was on the bottom. So they asked the ladies to take them on a date to tell them who is not ready to love. Alexis was the one that went with this Will, and she basically told Will, like, the ladies had a chat, we had a chat, and we decided that sometimes you come off a certain kind of way that the ladies don't like. And she brought out that Patrice stuff about him, saying he wanted to sleep on the floor, all those kind of things. And he got pissed off. I
Yeah.
understand that he doesn't like him, them looking at him like, because that statement that Patrice said, it made him look like he was homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So I think that pissed him off. That somebody is literally lying about him. Like, there's somebody that likes his integrity being, you know, trampled on. So I feel that was it was so hot. And but the only thing I don't like about him is that it seems like he's coming now with a vengeance. And I
Yes.
don't think he's back. He's coming there ready to love again. I think he's coming back to with a vengeance. He's coming to prove a point. He's coming to let at least he's coming to let Patrice know that I when I said I wanted to sleep on the floor, I didn't mean I was poor. Probably I just felt like sleeping on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
right? That happens sometimes. Sometimes people just feel like sleeping on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So probably that was what was going on then, and she misconstrued the information that she received without really, really knowing what was going on. So he's coming back with a vengeance to clear his name and prove them wrong. And that is the wrong motive to be on the show because he's got ready to love, not ready to prove a point.
Right. So I can't wait to next week's show so I can see how he is going to implement his plan, because he definitely has a plan. You could tell the way he's looking, like, "Oh, I can't wait till I see her. I can't wait." You know, like he just has it all planned in his head what he's gonna do. And
Mm-hmm,
sometimes that's kind of scary and dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
Because you never know how a person's going to react. These people really don't know each other. You don't know who has a hot temper and whose temper goes too far, you know? So I'm just hoping everything's gonna be all right, because he kind of has
yeah.
me worried.
Yes, I just hope that he doesn't miss the opportunity to really find in love just because he wants to prove a point
To one
on the
person.
show.
Yeah, to one person.
Yes. Yes, to Patrice. So I hope he doesn't lose out on the important thing of the show.
Right.
Then we have Lamar with Kosia. He
Ooh.
already said it when he came in with flowers and was like immediately he saw Kosia. I was like, oh my god, what the hell is this? Because you already know that they didn't have a good track record. And she like this conversation was the most funniest conversation I've ever had. He was cutting her off.
Yes.
And when he knew that she was going to the point, I loved the part. I think I laughed when she was about to say, we met at the ladies lounge, and he was like, you know what, let me just take this bite before you say what you want to say. I'm like, what would a bite do for you? Is it gonna make you stronger to take the information better?
Yeah,
you
but you
know
know what? I think he kind of knew what he was coming into. He knew what this date was all about, you know? And so I think he already knew what was about to happen to him, you know?
yeah.
I mean, because
and
he,
the
go ahead.
and the way when she told him, he was not like, mm, you guys are missing out. Like he was trying to play it cool, but you could literally notice the annoyance in him, and he was still trying to have those is very awkward, insensitive conversation with Foshia, and I loved how she stood up.
Yeah, it was time to
I
go.
don't have to endure this anymore.
Yeah, it was time to go because he was about to get
Yeah.
real indignant with her.
Yeah, he was about to go where she didn't want to go.
Yeah,
I said, I'm out
yeah.
of this place. Bounce back.
Hey,
I'm leaving you.
I thought he was gonna chase her down and take those flowers back because
I
he
thought,
said, "Hey, why are you taking my flowers?" And it's like I would have left him
I
at the
thought so
table.
too.
Yeah, I
So
wouldn't
when
even
he was
wanted
like,
him.
he was like, why are you taking my flowers? Keep back my flowers. I was like, man, please don't chase her down. Please. I can't
Yeah,
deal. I can't
yeah.
deal.
But did you see how angry he got with her? And he was like, "You don't need to be talking to me like that. Like I'm some kind of cute. You
Yeah.
trying to pacify me? Like,
She was
dude."
just trying to let him know the reasons why.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to hear it.
That's
you
the
know.
thing. He he wants to be heard, but doesn't want to hear. How is that
Yeah,
possible?
yeah. But he act like he was ready to snap. So I think she caught that clue and said, "Let me
Yeah,
remove
she just
myself
said,
from this
yeah.
chair before he jumps over the table." You know, I would have left too. You know, matter of fact, I would have asked for security. Can security be here when I tell him that? Because I'm not feeling too good about telling this man this, because he seems like the type he never wants to be wrong about anything. He never wants you to point out anything wrong about him.
Hmm. I was literally surprised the way he like then he now tried to cover it up with sarcasm. Like he was like, "Oh, you're leaving your food. I'm gonna eat it too." Like I'm like, "Oh man." I just said, I'm glad you're off the show because I myself, as a viewer, as a fan of the show, I was tired of switching on my TV, watching you, and you turn every single conversation to
Mhm.
sexual stuff. It
Well,
was pissing off.
he's been rude basically to all the women who kind of denied or act like they didn't want to accept his flirtatiousness. When they're like, "No, I'm not the type of woman that you think I am." He seemed like he gets upset, and well, you're dismissed. Because didn't he dismiss somebody
Mm-hmm.
on one episode? Yeah, at a date, April. Yeah, he just seems like he can get really, really rude with a woman. And that's not cool. You're a full
Yeah.
grown man that has manly strength. You know, and it's bad enough you're you're talking crazy to these women, but then you have an air of intimidation.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. So when I said it was a 5, it was because of him. you know it was because of him, because every time I see him there's a situation. you
Every
know
time I tell you.
yeah. And I
Every
couldn't
single
even,
time.
yeah, I couldn't even give him the benefit of the doubt because he was doing it every time. So
Whenever I saw him on the screen, I knew there was disaster waiting.
yeah, just uh, just had to wait because it was coming. As soon as he get a
Yeah.
chance.
Not even as soon as he opens his mouth,
Yeah.
the disaster happens.
Hmm.
So I am one person that is literally, I said it last week that if he's saved this week, I will know there's something wrong with this ladies. So I was happy they proved me wrong and sent him home because I was literally expecting. If you had asked me last week to predict who would have gone home if the ladies had a choice, I would have said it was gonna be Lamar. So I was happy that my prediction was right and they got this guy off my screen because right now, at least I know when if all the guys are having conversations, nobody's gonna be trying to turn or really sexualize their conversation. They
Right.
will be trying to have deep conversations with them. So that's the way.
Yeah, I'm glad they got rid of him though. He should have been gone way before now, but I'm glad that they did it when they did.
Yeah, I'm also very glad they got him away because man, man, he was doing too much.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we got to the end. Finally, we got to see Lamar go, and we wish him well in his endeavors of finding love and the woman that would be sexually attracted to him, get him everything physical from the first day of meeting. We wish him well in meeting that lady out there because I know she's out there. So I hope he
Of
meets
course.
that lady out there. We'll be seeing him next at the reunion. And let's see what he has to say then about himself because he has a lot of explanation to do. Anyways, thank you guys for watching with us. Thank you for sticking around with us. Before we go, don't forget to hit the like button, guys. I would appreciate if you hit the like button and don't forget to comment your thoughts and opinion about the episode or what our opinions or our views on this episode was on the comment section. If you agree with what we said or disagree with what we said, it's very much appreciated for you to put it on the comment section. And also don't forget to click on the subscribe button down below to subscribe for more unbelievable content. We'll see you guys. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow, right? For Love and Marriage DC. We'll
Right.
be here, we'll be back here tomorrow for Love and Marriage DC. So catch us again tomorrow for the review and recap of Love and Marriage DC season 3. Have a nice day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.